Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. This is something I am very, very excited. Because now, the newest patch, after a good 6 months or so of waiting, has finally arrived for Spin Rhythm. The devs have been hard at work all these months to get this done, because they were not only working on this, they were working on the mobile version. And I honestly can't wait for the official release of that too. But that can be for a whole nother video, because what the video is for today is for this. The Spin Rhythm XD 11th update, professionally known as Update 11. More levels and longer levels. Now a lot of my update videos in the past, I'll admit, they were a little short. Granted, I was still trying to get into making videos for Spin Rhythm and stuff, so I wasn't really sure how to do things. This is going to be a much more in-depth and much more informational video. In fact, this is not going to be the only video I make for these updates. There's a few things that I actually really want to make another video on that goes a lot more in detail and more in depth of what's changed for this update. But for now, I'm just going to go and take a second and actually read through everything that's on this update, that's on this Steam page, and actually go and talk to you and describe what is exactly different. And then I'm going to go ahead and show you, actually give you all a visual aid and actually let you see what in fact is different, just as a small thing that can be after this. But for now, let's get started. So, we are back with 3 new tracks, a new scoring system, and more. Whoo boy, it's been a while and we apologize for the wait. But between upgrading Unity versions to fix a critical bug in the mobile build, trying to combine our mobile and XD builds in one, never again, and having only half a team on XD, we fell a bit behind with this patch. There were about 85 bugs alone with just getting the game back to where it was, but we're not here to complain about the perils of independent game development. We're here to talk about our next update. Welcome to Update 11, more levels, longer levels. So, 3 new tracks, not 1, not 2, not 0, but 3 new tracks. Brings our total to 41. Now, our EA milestone was always 30 tracks, which we're glad to say we smashed out of the park. We still have one more licensed track to pull up our sleeve, the epic final boss by Nitro Fun. So stay tuned for when and how that will appear in the game. Now, we expect this patch to have a lot of things to hotfix, so if you find any jank, jump into discord.gg/spinrhythmxd and report it. By the way, not only do I have it there that you're going to see there, I am also going to go and post the official Discord link in the description below of this video as well, for anyone who might be new to this game and haven't actually been in the Discord yet. Now, longer levels. One of the main complaints we hear is that easy levels, they're too short, they're not long enough. In this patch, we have extended every single easy level to at least normal length. Extended 11 normal and thus easy levels to the length of hard levels. Overall, there shall be more content for players who aren't chasing mastery of SRXD, but want to chill and have fun. We feel this is a happy medium between full-length charts for every difficulty. No, seriously, over half our charts are around 4 minutes long or longer. And some of the current easy levels, they were only around a single minute of gameplay. I'm not actually kidding, by the way. Like, when I get to the level section at the end of visual details, you will see a drastic change from what happened before this patch that just came out earlier, that actually came out last night, to the patch that was the previous patch, so patch 10. So, scoring system overhaul. Now, this is actually one of the things I'm going to have to make a very detailed, it's going to be a completely separate video, a much more detailed video, because the scoring system has been completely changed and has a massive overhaul. I mean, as you can see, that's in the title, scoring system overhaul. Now, the scoring system, it has had a complete overhaul. Now, we've had a few goals when doing this. To make sure that there is a score differentiation at the top of the leaderboards, To make it so that notes have a more balanced value to the skills required to execute. To make it so that missing a note doesn't lose you a disproportionate amount of score depending on where you failed. And to improve competitive tournament SRXD play. So to achieve this, we have made the following changes. Alright folks, now this is going to be a lot of math, this is going to be a lot of ooh, crazy, well, oh god, I don't know, I don't know, but I want to be able to go over all of this because there is seriously a lot, and like I said, I am going to go into much more detail on a separate video for this. Also, by the way, if there's any other videos that I make, if there's any other videos that you'd like to see me make that goes into more detail, besides just the score and some of the other stuff I do, don't be afraid to say so in the chat, because if there's something else that you want to see me go into a lot more detail, I will be more than happy to oblige to that. But anyway, let us begin. So to achieve this, we have made the following changes. Multiplier now starts at 4. Not times 1, not times 2, not times 3, but at the absolute max of times 4. It increases quicker, increases with note score, as opposed to streak. Oh, so that's what with note score. So, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and take a second and just show you an example here. So, as you can see right here, with this clip right here, the score starts at times 0. And it would take you, if I remember correctly, like, at the top of my head, I can't remember this, and, I mean, that's sad on my part. I've been playing this game since, freaking October of 2019. I believe it takes you 55 notes. If you're on a times 1 multiplier, it takes you 55 notes to get up to times 4. Which means if you are on which is why, in terms of tournament play, if you missed a note in a very bad section with, like, a lot of long notes and spin notes, you miss out on a lot of points. I mean, you can miss out on 3, 4, even maybe like around 5,000 points if you missed in a very, very bad spot. What this means is now, I'll admit, I tried to beta. I played the beta. I got to see what the scoring system looked like early. I couldn't make any videos, obviously, like, respectfully. Like, seriously, I love this company too much. I'm not doing anything that I'm not allowed to. But the point is, I tried it out. If you get down to times 1, you could get up to times 4 in like 15 notes. That might not seem like a lot to some people, but that actually is incredible. And that means, in terms of tournament play, we're gonna get a lot more close games. And the thing is, though, actually, you know what? Like I said, I'm going to have another video that goes into more detail with this. That was an example. It just basically, it takes so much a shorter time. It takes so much less to get back up to times 4. It's not completely detrimental. It doesn't screw you over if you miss in a bad spot anymore, because you get up to times 4 so much quicker. And I love that. I honestly love that. That's seriously going to bring so much more excitement and just a lot more close matches for tournament play. And the thing is, here we go. I've started reading this and I completely went off on a tangent, sorry. So multiplier does now start at 4, increases quicker, increases with note score as opposed to streak, increases with notes that increase score over time. So hold spin and only ever drops times 1 per hit taken. And now, also, okay, now I'll admit, I've never truly knew every single in-depth thing about the point system beforehand. I do believe it was 16 points for a click. No, wait, I remember now. It was 4 points because I'm thinking of times 4 multipliers here. Without a times 4 multiplier, notes were, a click note was 4, a beat note was 8. And, oh man, if I remember, I'm sorry. Like I said, I've just, here's the thing. I re-recorded all 38 original songs before this patch came out because I'm going to be doing something very special with that in regards to the new song, like the new changes with the songs and everything. So I could go and just look back at that and go and judge the scores. So, sorry about that. My brain is melted. I'm sorry. It's like 6:30 in the morning. I woke up early. I'm excited. I wanted to make this video and I wanted to get all of this out at a relative speed. So, but basically what is happening here is that the note values have been updated, as it says. So match notes are now 5. And remember, this is at the base score. If you describe this as the 4 times multiplier, that means you would get 20 points for every match note. And then taps are 12 points, which means 12 times 4 is 48. 48, don't worry, I do know basic math. Oh, funny joke. Shout out to anybody who gets that reference. Holds are 30 points per second. No longer increases. Oh, that confused me for a second. Okay, so hold spins. Oh, that is actually something very different. So what usually happened was that for hold, spins, any long notes, anything that was lasting more than just one beat, like a spin, beat, hold, everything, it always you constantly gained more score every second. So you could get up to 1,200 points in one spin note because the score kept going up as you were spinning. And then of course multiply that by 4 and you actually have a lot more points for that. That's 4,800 points in one spin. So instead, it looks like holds are now only 30 points per second. It does not increase with time anymore. So there actually are going to probably be some songs that actually have less score, maybe only because you don't get much more score on spin notes than you used to. Now, hold releases are 12 points. Spin points to start. Okay, so spins, it starts with 12 points. So the initial spin, ring, the spin note itself when you spin is 12 points. And then it's 20 points per second. Quick multi-spins are with... Oh, that's interesting. So it says right here, quick multi-spins are worth more score than one long spin. Oh, that's smart. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so now scratches are 40 points per second. Beats? Why? They're 16 points. While beat holds are 40 points, and beat releases, those are 16 points. So, just in case you didn't know, don't worry, the devs were very clear on this and this. This means that higher max scores for levels. This means you're gonna get a lot higher score. This is it. I think might have been the score in the base game for having, or the song in the base game for having the highest score. You could get 75,000 points. I'm pretty sure you can actually get up to 100,000 now. That is how massive a change the scoring system makes this. You are gonna get a lot more points. And it also helps. Okay, now this is actually what's gonna be next. This is actually what's going to be next, because this means higher score levels, so your existing grades will be lowered. What happens next is one of the reasons I want to go into more detail, because this is actually interesting to me. This is exciting. Players are now awarded an accuracy bonus for all plays, measured in milliseconds, and based on your average deviation from 0 milliseconds per rhythmic note hit. Oh god, I'm so sorry, that was rude. This caps at 150 milliseconds, 0 bonus. This final value is viewable in the extended stats page on the results screen, which means, I'll actually go ahead and show you what that means when I actually show a picture, when I go into more detail. This final value is viewable in the extended stats page on the results screen. So this is capped at 10% of the total achievable note score of its chart. Now there's no longer a score penalty for hitting early or late, just an accuracy bonus overall. So players are awarded a small bonus, 10% of note total score of a chart for achieving a PFC. Now this cannot realistically be outscored by the difference between a PFC's runs accuracy and an FC runs accuracy rating, unless you're a god or a robot. No, I'm not kidding. It's actually insane. You could have just one good, godlike accuracy, and you could still be below a PFC run by 2,000 points. Because the bonus you get with a PFC is just incredible. Which is why, I'm not gonna lie, and a lot of other people in the community agree with this. Ties, I I really don't think ties are gonna be a thing anymore. I just think realistically, it's just like it would be the rarest thing now to see this game tournament rise and like competitive play. It's just you could get 2 people get a PFC, but unless those 2 people have the exact same accuracy bonus, someone's gonna be winning. Unlike last time, where if both players got a PFC, it was a tie because you couldn't get any higher of a score. Now with the PFC bonus, oh boy howdy, there's gonna be some changes. Well, I mean, there are changes. That's what the video's about. I wouldn't be making this video if there was no changes. Why would I be doing this? Why? What, for shits and giggles? What, do you think I'm just gonna hold a balloon? Look like a clown? You know, I could do a very funny visual joke there, and I wish I knew better editing, but you know what? I'm wasting time here, so... Let's move on. I completely just forgot where I was. Wait a second. Sorry! I'm just wasting time. Alright. Here you go. Alessio Gatto robot. Taking a hit of any kind will penalize with a 150 millisecond accuracy rating per hit, equal to approximately the widest window you could hit a note without missing. Which does mean that you don't want to miss a note. Like goods, those are okay. You're not going to completely destroy your accuracy rating. But if you get a miss, no. Just no. Just not now. Alright. Score is now split across multipliers. If you would have achieved a multiplier increase partway through scoring a Wait, what? I'm sorry, my brain melted for a second. Wait a second, I'm sorry. The chemical leaks, the bad. Score is now split across multipliers. If you would have achieved a multiplier increase partway through scoring a particular note. Oh, okay. For example, if you're on a 1 times and 2 points away from hitting 2 times and hit a beat with 16, you will receive 2 points. That's what they're saying. So essentially, if you're 1 note away from a times 2, and a beat note is 16 points. So essentially, oh, that's smart. Oh, that is smart. I'm okay. I'm sorry. I needed a second to actually think about that. I don't know. It's just when I read that out loud, I just had a brain fart for a second. God, so sorry. Also, massive thanks to all the Discord users who helped refine this system in the short closed beta. We still want to refine this based on user feedback if necessary. Now, the difficulty overhaul. This is the next section. This is where things get fun. Well, you know what? I guess to be fair, this whole thing's fun. I mean, this is a huge patch. This is a very big new patch, and I've been waiting for this for a while. I'm so freaking excited for this. I mean, I did get to try this in the beta, but I didn't play a lot because I was having to re-record all 38 songs, and I couldn't do that in the beta, obviously. But now, after I'm done making this video, I'm gonna be doing a lot. I'm just gonna be messing around a lot. I'm gonna be messing around a lot with the new update and see a lot of stuff. And I'm gonna, you know what? I'll probably see if I can just PFC everything easy through expert first. Just get that out of the way. Just be done with that, and then work on XD. But here we go. Difficulty overhaul. Now, there have been many frustrations with the difficulty of XRXD. People of all skill levels complain about the transitions between easy to normal, normal to hard, and so on being too tough. We agree. So we played through every single level in order multiple times and made some serious changes to the design of most of our levels. Okay. Now, this is something I want to say real quick. nothing to do with the developers, nothing to do with all the changes. This is my complete personal opinion. Take it with a grain of salt. Do what you will. Now, the casual side of me, the side who's just like, who would just play this game all the time, not care about score, not care about anything, just have fun playing with it. I have no issues with these changes. A lot of these songs, I'm going to say straight up right now, a lot of songs got nerfed. A lot of fun sections that a lot of people would agree were fun sections either got switched to scratch spins or just flat out got taken out or changed to a much easier section where there's only like a few notes and not insane. I'm going to say this right now. Flight is a big example of what got changed. And the casual side of me is incredibly grateful for that. Because some of those sections in Flight, in terms of trying to PFC, were an absolute pain in the ass. I was never able to PFC. I was never able to fully PFC every song. Believe, Flight, Razor Sharp, I just was not able to PFC those songs because some of those sections were just ridiculous in terms of trying to actually PFC. So the casual side of me is incredibly grateful. And I'm glad that they nerfed some of these sections and made them more fun to play. That some people would think it's more fun to play because now they're not incredibly difficult. But the completionist side of me, the hardcore, the competitive side of me is pissed because there were so many fun sections and they're all gone. I mean, they kept, let me say for a second, a few songs do have a lot of the sections still. Like, Robo Trio still has all those fun match strings. None of them got changed into, like, scratch spins or anything. But for Lures, Metropolis, freaking some of those sections got changed. Oh, maybe it wasn't for Lures. No, it was Metropolis. That fun section that was before the drop, where it was like a big match string section, it got changed. And I'm sad, because that was such a fun section. And then Flight. I'm going to be able to PFC these songs a lot easier now. And, you would think I'll be happy. And I will be happy because I can finally PFC everything. The competitive side of me just won't be satisfied. It just won't, because they're easier now. Like I said, personal opinion, take it with a grain of salt. Like I said, casual side of me is excited. I'm so happy for that on that side. I'm just sad, kind of, because some of the most fun sections in some songs got taken out, or got replaced with scratch zones, or something of that order where they got nerfed into the ground. Again, that's just my own personal opinion. I know a lot of people are ecstatic about it, are very happy. I don't want you to, lose your happiness on that. Be as excited and happy for this as you possibly can, because I want everyone to have an awesome time with this game. That's just my own personal thing with it, and I'm probably gonna, when I make a new video based on the difficulty and everything, because I am probably gonna make a shorter version of video on that, but I still want to make another video slightly more detailed with what the difficulty is and what actually got changed. It's basically gonna be sort of like a, here's some sections that got changed, this is what's different, and stuff like that. But that's basically what I wanted to say at the moment. Because, again, there was some serious changes to designs of most levels. They're not kidding. The devs are not kidding with this. So, while we try to be as thorough as possible, there may still be a hidden jank due to multiple revisions. If you find any jank, please let us know in the Discord. So we had a few goals here. Now this is where they're going into detail. So to find humps or plateaus in the difficulty curve overall and smooth them out, to make sure that players who play through and master each level in order can move on to the next level, eventually mastering XD. Because I'm also going to say, I think this is something we can all agree on. The transition from an expert to XD is a big leap. Easy to normal, probably wasn't that hard. It was literally just all the click notes. It was just like all the click notes in match notes. That was it. And then you just get slide notes. That was all that was added to normal. Hard, I can agree. There were beat notes added. That was probably a big change to a lot of people and weren't expecting it. But expert to XD was absolutely the biggest leap in difficulty I've seen in a video game in a long time. That's something I will agree with a lot of people. That's something that was insane. It took a lot of us months to master XD. So I'm actually really happy that it looks like they're changing the transitions. Because they really have nerfed a few sections. And again, I'm happy for that. Because the leap was so drastic and massive that I'm actually very excited that they've like made the transition smoother and more like easier for people to get into, so they're not completely overwhelmed by how insanely difficult XD is. I am truly excited for that. I'm really happy for that. I really am. Oh man, have I said really enough? Have I said truly enough? I like to emphasize things. Whatever. Don't judge me. I'll say what I want. Okay. Sorry. I keep going off track. Sorry. There's a lot here, and this is gonna be a long video. I'm just giving you a heads up. The more I talk, the longer this is gonna be. Sorry. Let us continue. Okay. So to achieve this, we have made the following changes. Oh, also, I think I forgot to mention this. To ensure that to make sure players, eventually master an XD, and to ensure that numerical difficulty ratings can be used as an accurate gauge of your skill. So to achieve this, we have made the following changes. Every difficulty now shares the same amount of health. Oh. That's why they had more health. Because in the beta, I was like, wait a minute, there's like 8 bars of health here. I was wondering why we had so much health. Oh! Oh, that's good. That's good. Oh, I'm happy for that. Hey, who knows? maybe I can finally pass Freedom Dive. Attention, folks! It only took Metal Man 20 like 10 months to finally beat Freedom Dive, and it only took having 3 more bars of health added. Ah, he's bad. Jokes, whatever. Jokes are funny. Alright. So, default XD track speed has been lowered by 0.1. Reduced the complexity of XD. Now, oh, here we go. Yup. It should feel more like a step up from Expert rather than a cheap slap in the face, because I still remember when I got to try the beta for XD when they were releasing the first few songs, the first few charts. It was like New Game up to Bubbles, I believe. And it was up to XD difficulty. The first time I tried New Game on XD, I just felt like a boom! Just a boom, boom! And I was like, oh my god! It was drastic. Really, like the transition from Expert to XD was insane. Because New Game, especially, because New Game was like the easiest song imaginable on Expert. And then you go up to XD and it's like, oh no. Little piggy, help me. I'm in danger. Oh boy. Alright. Reduced complexity of beats in hard mode. Originally, we intended to only introduce beats in isolation in hard. Now we have stuck to that design philosophy. Oh, so they intended to only introduce beats in isolation, but yeah, they did kind of add a few extra beat notes. I mean, obviously, yeah. You know what? I can see them doing that. That's good. That makes sense. Reduced the difficulty of the later easy levels. All right, I can see that. You know what? Whatever changes need to be made to make sure that as many people have a fun time with this as possible, I'm for it. I'm 100% down for it. Okay, improved chart readability and playability overall by removing center taps before spins. Okay. When I re-look through all the videos that I re-recorded, I know there's a few songs that had a section where there was a spin, and then it had a section that had a center. It was like in the center, and it just, I'll admit, it felt a little off. It felt a little weird. It felt a little like, and then it went into a spin. Now, I can't really complain about it, because of my control scheme, for example, I had no issues with that. Really, so I can't complain about that. But I can absolutely see why a lot of other people would have an issue with that. And I can see, you know what, there's a lot of stuff that, even if it wasn't affecting me personally, I can still see why they changed things. And I respect the hell out of that. Alright. Yep, so improved shot readability overall by removing center taps before spins, excessive drift. So unfortunately, spoilers, that funny sort of meme section in Ginger Lizard is gone. It's gone. It flew out the window. It flew away. It's gone. It's free now. And you will never see it again. Unless someone remakes it in customs. But honestly, I don't think anyone was going to do that because, I'm pretty sure completely redoing an old chart would be plagiarism, and that's, no one's having that. We're not having that, no. Made better use of scratch zones, removed excessive hold note releases, and more. Massive thanks to Discord user Trexter for helping catalog these in every single level. And so many individual small changes to levels, it's difficult to even log them. And that's true. They really did go over, not overboard, but like I said, massive overhaul for everything. And with that, we are done with the difficulty overhaul. For now, like I said, I want to make another video. It's going to be a lot shorter than this one, I can tell you that right now, but I still want to go a little more in detail about exactly what's different. Now, next up is the background. This is what I'm most excited about. I'm sorry, I keep getting loud for a second. Sorry. Headphone warriors, everyone, then turn them down, please. Do not go deaf on my end. But no, backgrounds I am probably the most goddamn excited for backgrounds because they are insane. The new backgrounds. I looked at every new background and all of them are so freaking good. I mean, the old ones were good too. Don't get me wrong. I enjoyed the old backgrounds, but these new ones, oh boy, howdy. You know what? I might just go ahead and make a spoiler alert real quick for at least one series of videos I'm doing. And I actually had, this was an idea that I helped get from a few other community members. So thank you all for helping me with this idea. I'm going to be basically making a few video series. Because of the fact that all the XD charts got remade. Which also kind of makes all of my old XD videos of the base game charts completely obsolete. I'm going to make a new series. Now, I'm not going to be doing all 38 songs separately. I'm not doing that. That's for something different. No, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to have possibly 5 to 6 songs in a video, and I'm going to do sort of like just a short little series that will that's basically going to show you, hey, this is what all the new charts look like. This is how I play everything still. You know, it's just like a normal video, only there's going to be a few songs in one video instead of just having 38 separate videos. And that's going to be used as a few things. Mostly to just show you all what the new differences are, because you'll see them in the videos. But also, I'm gonna use that to showcase what all the new backgrounds look like. Cause they're so good, and I love them. All right, so in case you're wondering what the hell I'm talking about with backgrounds and why they're so good, our work on mobile bears fruit for XD. We have implemented a new background system that means making backgrounds is simpler, and the results is levels with more dynamic sync with the music as well as improved performance. Every single level now has its own unique background inspired by its album art. Taps and match notes create pulses in the world. Boom, ba-boom, ba-boom. Basics or beats create shockwaves. Boom, boom. It spins. Why? Spins create waves in the direction of the spin. Boom, boom. And nothing relies on hand-placed elements in our internal track editor that could change as chart length or cuts changed. There are now more interesting floating elements in all levels: beautiful fog, sandy wind, digital skyscrapers to the skies, clouds, gates, and more. We hope you enjoy these as much as we enjoyed making them. And now, it looks like we only have, wow, okay, never mind, we actually have a few more things besides. Okay, so next up, we have other features. 3 new tracks. That's right, you might have been wondering when we would get new songs in the game, and boy howdy, it's happened. For the first time since this game's released, Camellia, the one and only Camellia, has joined the spin rhythm bass game with body floating in the zero gravity space. Now, when Camellia dropped this album a few months ago, we knew we had to get it into SRXD and it makes a ridiculously fun chart. Now, this genre is described as speed house, basscore, UK hardcore. No, I'm not even kidding. Look it up. Google. That's literally what it is. You think they might be exaggerating? They're not. Yeah. Heading east by Farfetched. This glitch hop bop slaps long and hard. Hide your kids. Go hide them. They want to come in and say hi. Kids, get out of here! The song slaps! It's too much for you! When you're older! When you're older! I don't know what I'm doing. Oh boy, I probably should have slept a little more. Sleep deprivation is no joke. Get sleep. Please, get sleep. Get what you need. Health is important. And let me hear that by Hail Riot. This masterpiece suits our game so well, we had to have it. Now, we've actually licensed the live YouTube performance, which has a few interesting twists. And, boy, do they have some new twists. And also, you know what, speaking of which, you know, I mean, obviously, anyone who watches this probably knows I've made a lot of videos on custom songs in the past. Do you know, I just realized I've never done a single video of Darnock's Haywire showcase that he did back, I think it was maybe like May or June of last year when he did that. I've never made a video of any of his charts he did for Haywire, and it's so good! And you know what, now that, let me hear that, and this is the YouTube live performance. I mean, I'm gonna have this one, obviously, as a separate video, obviously, because I need to. I'm gonna do that with all three. And not only am I doing my own single, like, video version that's just me, I have a very fun idea that I shared in the, custom Discord. And I want to share that with the, public Discord as well. Like, with the official Discord as well. I want to share that with them. Essentially, what I want to do is have... Okay, you know what? Actually, scratch that. You know what? Sorry. That's not probably the place for me to talk about. I will talk about that in a little bit. I'll probably make a separate video that's going to be like an announcement that I can post in both. Yeah, I'm actually going to make that as a whole separate video. That's going to be like a short, like 1-2 minute announcement. That's going to be like a whole thing. Alright. So, yeah, 3 new tracks. New hit effects when taking damage in the form of a small, flashing star. Beat notes have a silky new look. Beat holds now have a smooth ending by default. That is one of the main differences that has happened with XD. Beat holds. What you knew in the past was beat holds you had to release. There was always a release at the end of a beat hold. Not anymore. Beat holds now have a smooth ending by default, which means you don't have to release. Granted, there are going to be still a few notes. There's going to be a few notes every now and then, but for the most part, there's no releases anymore. That's going to be really hard to get used to, I'm not going to lie. Oh, man. Now, Harder Tutorial now contains both beat hold types. Okay, that's definitely, I would think that would be a given. Yeah. Now, a new option has been added in audio to disable audio filters. Oh, wait, really? A new option has been added? Oh, a new option has been added to audio to disable audio filters. Oh, that's the audio effects when taking damage or when on low health. You know, when you hear that beep, 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 red sirens, beep, beep, beep. Okay, so, alright, so it gets rid of that audio. Oh, these have also, okay, so these have also been toned down by default. It should be less jarring. MIDI players can now bind for context menu, sorting, etc. Beat button is no longer used. Okay, you know what? I'm sure MIDI players are probably going to be very happy about that. I wouldn't know because I don't do that, but you know what? As long as they're happy, tracks can now be sorted by times completed. Oh, that's smart. Oh, that's good. Can be used to show new unplayed tracks. Please tell me that's going to be used in customs too. I don't think it's going to matter with me because I have like 2,500 custom charts and I've only played maybe like a quarter of them, maybe once or more. So I don't think it really matters on my end, but I'm sure for a lot of other people that would be very useful. Because now... Oh, that's good. I love that. I honestly love that. Okay. Oh! BPM should now display a range if the track contains a tempo increase. I was half frozen for a second because I think that would be very helpful for tempo mapping songs if that actually is the case. I'm trying to think if that actually is going to be used for editing custom songs or not. Because I think if that's the case, that would help charting rock songs and stuff a lot easier. But I don't know if that's what I'm thinking of. I don't know if that's what they mean or that's for something different. But I also just saw something. I just saw what the next thing is. Track speed override. Now it goes up to 60. It goes up to 60, ladies and gentlemen. You thought 40 was insanity. Well, boy, howdy. Thank you to the Discord user Mappy for having the toxic mind and vision to demand such intensity. You know, we're just one step closer to 100. You know, we're just getting just a little bit closer to that big max 100 speed. I don't think that's possible because I think at that speed the ship just goes off into the atmosphere and just never returns and you can't play the song anymore. But 60. I mean, granted, I'm playing at 38 speed, so I'm very close to playing at track speed 40, but 60! I'm trying to wrap my head around just how that's gonna look and how you would even be able to read some of these sections. You know what? That's for a whole nother day. I'm gonna go think about that later. Okay. Editor QOL fixes. Holding D should no longer... Oh, this is probably going to be very helpful for editing. Holding D should no longer skip notes ever. This was an issue with quantization where notes were sometimes fractions of a millisecond apart, and the game couldn't tell which order they were in. That does sound like that was a pain in the ass. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, I'm sure a lot of people are going to be very excited and happy about that. Quantize should now properly quantize in all situations related to the above issue. When stacking notes, beats should always show underneath in all situations. Match notes will now show on top of beats in the timeline. And scratch zones should now be more visible, thinner, clearer when combined with the beats. Clap notes should always play properly on stacked notes. And there you go. Editor QOL fixes. I hope everyone who edits songs enjoys it. And we have two more sections. We have polish and bugs. First up with the polish. New Game XD is now the true full length of the track. I was wondering about that. That actually got me. That confused me when I first played New Game in the beta. It's the true full length, so it's like 4.5 minutes now, because it does include the outro, which is why it's really funny. I would have had a sight read PFC on the beta for New Game, except the outro threw me off, so I may or may not have missed a few goods, and also might have missed a note, and just completely screwed everything over. So that was fun. That was funny. Kind of wish I made a video on that, but I couldn't for very obvious reasons. Updated Italian translations, thanks to Discord user DJ_Mike238. And the calibration tool, you can now use both the beat and the tap buttons. Not gonna lie, I'm not really sure what that entails, but you know what? I'm sure there's gonna be people who do. Match notes now show up more clearly on the track when stacked on top of beats. Animations, particles, and objects should now be pooled better. This hopefully results in a smoother experience for everyone. Track beams are now brighter by default. Track lines are less bright by default. The trail following a hold note should no longer obscure the wheel wedges so much. It has been made much more transparent. Okay, that's actually something I'm really happy. Okay, I guess that never really bothered me. You know what? No, if it didn't bother me, no, I don't have anything to say about it. You know what? Good for them. Good for that. Okay, hold note zones now glow a set amount. instead of increasing over time, and overall, much less when active and inactive. And now, beat hold zones should be clearer now, when active and inactive, with reduced visual noise on the track when active. Colorblind and Arcana Engine have more accurate note mapping on the speed-up sections. Okay, I think a lot of people who know a lot about tempo mapping is going to be very happy for this. Volt is now more accurately mapped to tempo. There is some weird rubato in this track which we didn't fully appreciate. Thanks to Discord users The Way and Rad for helping with this. Post-processing has had a once-over everything. Oh, okay. Post-processing has had a once-over. Everything should look just the same, except better. Some glowing objects were a little broken. Custom chop backgrounds should automatically roll over to the new background system. Okay, that was something I think a lot of people were concerned about. Okay, that's good. Also, edit mode in customs now has its own background separate from play mode to distinguish the two and to reduce fatigue when sharding with base game backgrounds. The spin tap rotating diamond now spins both ways depending on which spin preceded. Level select track preview has been scaled up to show more notes, less wheel. Aw, that's nice. You know what? I like that. That's a nice change. Album covers have all been resized to powers of 2. i.e. 1024 by 1024 for better compression and memory usage. If you are using custom album art for your charts, having max 1024 by 1024 will greatly improve load times. Okay, let's see here. Now, okay, so this is the last section. This is for bugs. Sorting customs by track length with large number of customs should be much quicker. Launching a non-favorite song from command line with show only favorites checked no longer soft locks the game. All notes, including match notes, now properly elevate on top of beat notes for additional clarity. When starting a new level in Spin FM, gameplay should no longer stutter while assets are loading. When sorting songs by order, the order should now always remain the same. There were some instances where tracks by the same artist would swap positions. Disabling the current difficulty in the clip editor now swaps to an appropriate difficulty when returning to the note editor. Beat notes should properly display on the timeline when placed at the start of the track. AI should now place scratch zones properly in tracks. Are you trying to tell me that AI didn't place scratch zones properly? How would that look? How would that actually look? To be fair, I never looked at the AI, but I never looked at the preview. Why do I feel like that would have been kind of funny to see? Whole notes should now behave properly when hit late. There was an issue with fast motion immediately following a whole note start. And gamepad input is no longer active on parent menu when context menu is open. So, ladies and gentlemen, to finish this whole thing off. Well, actually, you know what? I'm gonna say this as my final line, because honestly, I think this speaks for everybody. So, first of all, the name is Metalman20. I hope you got a lot of information out of this. I sure as hell did. I got a lot of stuff out of this. This is awesome. I love this. This is just, like I said, there was a lot that came with this new update. New songs. The difficulty has been completely revamped. The backgrounds have been completely changed. The difficulty, the scoring system, so much has been completely changed, revamped. Whatever the hell that freaking term is. Overhaul. Not to be confused with U-Haul. That's a moving company. We're not doing that. We're not moving. Well, I guess things are being moved, but copyright. Anyway, Metalman20. Hope you got some very good info out of this. Hope you enjoyed the video. I know this is a very long one. We're literally almost an hour through this. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that this video was so long. I'm gonna try and shorten this a little bit, but for the most part, there's just a lot of information to get through with this update. And, like I said, there's gonna be a few things like the difficulty, the Well, not the backgrounds. That's gonna be part of something else. But like the scoring system is, I want to make a big video. It's not gonna be probably as long as this. It definitely won't be as long. Neither will the video about the difficulty and how everything changed with the songs. But I still have at least 2 other videos I really want to make. That's a little more in detail with some of the stuff that was in this video. So without further ado, Mellowman20 once more. Enjoy your day, enjoy your evening, enjoy this new patch and everything that came with it. And you remember to be as amazing as you possibly can be. Enjoy your day, keep being awesome. And it's great to be back spinning.